Ask Tom on Home Show.
Rick from Copperfield has a question about a Freon leak.
Yeah, he's concerned about the repair in particular, Tom. Rick writes, the unit that runs my downstairs AC located in the attic is leaking Freon. The AC guy came out and added 5 pounds of Freon, but he said I needed to replace my evaporator coil too. My parts are still under warranty, so the only charge I'm going to have is for labor. And how much labor could this take? He says he wants to charge $1,170 just for the labor. Is this a reasonable price, Tom?
I'm not going to get into pricing, but I can give a lot of guidance here. Number one is if your system is working and you had somebody come out to do a tune-up and he said he had to add 5 pounds of Freon, but remember, if your system is working and cooling, it's not true. There's no 5 pounds that could go in there. 5 pounds of Freon is almost 100% of what would be in there. And if you needed 5 pounds of Freon, it would not be leaking at all. I mean, it would not be working at all. So if that's what I want this person to know, and that's what I want everybody else to know, because then you're thinking second opinion, this isn't right. Now, if your system is dead and it's got a leak so big that if he puts 5 pounds in, it leaks out, it should leak out in 24 hours and be gone. It's not, if it leaks out 5 years from now, then it's a little tiny leak that won't matter. So don't worry about it and just leave it and let it run. But if it's got a big hole in there and you need an evaporator coil and it's under warranty, fine. Does $1,100 for labor sound steep to me? I think so. But I don't know if he's charging for 5 pounds of unnecessary or necessary Freon. I mean, I don't know what the whole job is. So I'm not going to comment saying it's good or bad. It could be exactly right on, a perfect deal. But that's why I say when you get into this, unless you are really confident and know your technician and you've used them for 10 years, same guy, always been honest, and it's just the way it is, you got to bite the bullet. If you're not sure, you're always shopping around to get the cheapest guy, you're going to run into this stuff all the time, and eventually somebody's going to pay out the nose what they probably should not have to pay. So get a second opinion, and I know with AirTech, one of our certified home show pros, they'll give you a second opinion on the deal. And if you're not sure, and if your system was working, and they told you it needed 5 pounds, and they supposedly put 5 pounds in, but it's working, and it was working, and it's still working, there's no way 5 pounds was added. So you're dealing with someone that's not giving you the whole story.
Yeah, and like you said, Tom, when you get those kind of things, when your gut alarm goes off like that, it's always good to get a second opinion.
Boy, I trust my feelings more than my mind all the time because my mind isn't as sharp as my feelings.
Now he says that it lost 5 pounds of Freon. He's going to replace the evaporator coil. Wouldn't it be, if he's losing that much, wouldn't it be a good idea just to change out the whole system at that point, Tom?
No, because it's still under warranty. And that's the big question that I can't talk to him. So it's got to be under 10 years old, and systems will last 20 years.
And it's losing 5 pounds of Freon?
Well,
Something
that's why I say
doesn't
it
add
has
up
to have
here.
a big giant hole in there. So it's a defective coil? Yeah. It'll have a big hole all of a sudden after 3 or 4 years because it was defective? Absolutely. Then you just need a new coil. But $1,100 to replace it, is it hard to get to? Is it got a lot of bells and whistles? Is it like a variable speed with all the bells and whistles on there? I don't know. So it's hard for me to say. Could you call another company and they say it's $960? Well, they're pretty close. Companies will charge a little different. So that might be what you find too. But if you're not sure, get a second opinion. But if it's under warranty, it's not time to change the whole thing. And if it needed 5 pounds of Freon, if they said it needed 5 pounds of Freon again and it was still working, because the whole system at the most is going to have 7, it wouldn't work at all. It would have been dead. You wouldn't have gotten one bit of cold air out of it. So that's the thing I can't ask the gentleman, but that would be the question that he needs to know. And he can answer it without, having me ask him.
And we'll answer for you for free. Go to HomeShowRadio.com. You saw it a minute ago. Click on the blue Ask Tom button. And then you can send us in writing or in video, either way. What really helps is to see pictures. I would have loved to have seen that unit to know how old it was for real, Tom, as opposed to what the story is and what brand it was.
Well, under warranty, it's going to be 10 or less.
Yeah.
That's standard warranties for everything.
Yeah. My question is, if it's that new, it probably has a sticker on it by who put it in.
I'm wondering if it's the same company.
Guy. Yeah, right.
Well,
all right.
If it's the same company, I don't know.
Right. All right. You got questions that you can send them to us and we'll help you out. We post a new one of these every day because we want to help you. And I'll tell you what, if you search AC, you're going to find you could probably get a degree in air conditioning by listening to all the questions Tom's answered over the years on our YouTube channel. Okay. Well, you get the third degree.
A degree in homeowner ownership of an air conditioner.
There you go. We got to have a matriculating program for that. All right.
Yes, okay.
And of course, you'll also find lots more useful stuff and new videos at HomeShowRadio.com.